everyone. Thanks for joining us on 2K Sports. NBA action is coming up. And now a moment to check out the leaders in the All-Star voting. Balloting underway.
And this is really a fun time of year. You're starting to see which players are going to be in the running to make the All-Star team.
Look at Curry. He's in the lead, sitting at #1 in the West.
Clearly a fan favorite, and they're giving him the highest praise possible on their ballots.
A great All-Star weekend it'll be. We'll keep you updated as we get closer. I'm checking out Utah's opening lineup. Walker Kessler is out there with Kyle Anderson. Then it's Keontae George. And it's Sensabaugh in at the 2. And for Golden State, they've got Moses Moody. Gary Payton II is out there with Horford. Then it's DeAnthony Melton. And it's Spencer in at the point. Here's Spencer, and he uses both hands to jam it in.
Hey, dunks aren't always for the big fella.
A serious power move from the point.
Well, in this league, you can see powerful plays from anyone and anywhere. Your position no longer dictates your scoring effort.
Oh, he really broke up that transition opportunity. Looks like it'll be a transition take foul. The Jazz shooting their first free throw tonight.
And as a unit, they're shooting 78% from the line. That's a solid number to work with on the season.
An intriguing young talent. George's upside as a scorer is especially enticing.
Pass to Sensabaugh. To the inside. And it's George finishing it off.
Now flying high and throwing it down with the one hand.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys. First quarter, just over a minute played. Spencer, the pass to Horford. Stolen by George. Here's Sensabaugh. And you can see his scoring totals. Those are some pretty good numbers. He's putting up close to 15 points a game on average.
Well, this is the kind of rim protection you get with Horford.
And now let's take a look again at that incredible rejection.
And an early swat like that can really set the tone. Now the shooters will be feeling his presence.
First quarter, about a minute and a half in. Shot clock at 2. George from out on the wing, he knocks it down. George has got 7 points. Well, we know that players will often hit a wall at some point, Coach, in the season. When does that happen for coaches?
Yeah, maybe on opening night, Kevin. No, there's so much work that goes into it in the offseason. Opening night is almost a sigh of relief. But that feeling of relief does go away pretty quickly.
13 feet away. A putback, and the rebound goes to the Warriors. They defeated Indiana in their last game.
Yeah, and in that game, you see how they built out this roster, acquiring role players who can step up when needed.
Yeah, and they got contributions from everyone in that game. The whole rotation got involved in the scoring.
Pass to Anderson. Here's Hendricks. Now Kessler. Out to the right wing. Kessler, a screen on Melton. Tries it from 19. Anderson can't get it to go.
Well, that wasn't a bad shot. Defense playing a little loose there. Sometimes it just doesn't go in.
Spencer, the pass to Payton. And it's sent back by Kessler. And the ball out of play. The Warriors will inbound. And here on the 2K leaderboard are the teams with the quickest hands in the league. Number 5, the Warriors.
You can't get careless with the basketball against this group. I mean, they'll pick your pocket, and no surprise to see them in the upper echelon as far as steals.
Warriors trail by 3. Here's Spencer. Inside, here's Horford, and the dunk by Horford.
Horford really looking like an ageless wonder throwing it down.
And here's George. He'll bring it up for the Utah Jazz. And so the timeout by Will Hardy here. He made the decision to huddle up with his guys and talk about strategy.
at some numbers for George. Averaging about 22 points per, 5 assists, and 2 rebounds. He's been making the right decisions and letting the game come to him. Solid play all around.
Well, he's found his groove. He isn't forcing anything, and he's making the most of his chances.
Nice ball movement by Utah. Pass to Sensabaugh, and the officials will call the illegal screen right there. Now a chance to take a look at some numbers for Draymond Green.
In the last 5 games, you can see the trend upwards for effective field goal percentage. And it shows you how confident he's playing right now.
The Warriors have gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. And maybe more than any team in the West, GA, the Jazz, really committing to the rebuild.
Well, in the West, it seems like you got 13 or 14 teams all trying to win now. And it just doesn't work that way. So it's not just about talent. It's also about timing.
Here's Sensabaugh, defended by Moody. To the wing right side. Clock at 4. Deep 2 from Anderson. Another miss by Utah. The Warriors trailing. Spencer, the pass to Melton. Fires away from way outside. Out to the right wing. This one for 3. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for the Warriors.
Well, so far they've done a great job of reading the offense and repeatedly putting themselves in the right place to interrupt the play and force turnovers.
And one other thing that stands out, all the block shots. I mean, staying up in their jerseys tonight.
Warriors have gone 4 of 7 from the field, shooting over 50%. Spencer, the pass to Payton. Payton against Anderson. Pass to Sensabaugh. Now here's Anderson. And they get it. And Payton sends it back. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. And the Warriors making a change here. Kuminga's checked in. The Warriors leading. Now here's Melton. Against Indiana, he was really on his game. To the left wing. Outside, Payton. Shot clock at 6. It's hauled in by Sensabaugh. So for the Jazz, their last game, a loss to Detroit.
Yeah, a snowball effect in that one. One thing would go wrong, then another. Really the story of the game.
Yeah, they just committed too many mistakes at both ends. But credit their opponent for being disruptive.
And so the timeout by Will Hardy here. He's going to take a minute here to get things straightened out. Here's Sensabaugh. He's coming off a 13-point game against Detroit. Poked loose. It's stolen by Kuminga. Pass to Horford. It's deflected. Melton against George. Here's Hendricks. And here's George. 23 points his last outing. Clock at 6. Nice ball movement by Utah. And here's Anderson for 3.
Oh, look at the arms. Kuminga using all that length.
Here's Melton. Still yet to score. Kuminga, screen on George. Melton passes to Kuminga.
And I love when these wings get rewarded for the dirty work in that two-man game. Kuminga getting his.
Now Anderson. He's a good contributor to his team, averaging about 10.5 points a game. Count the basket.
And how about that exhale there? Finally gets one to fall through 6 attempts.
So it's the Warriors now. 4-point game. Kuminga, screen on George. Melton's shot is good.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
George passes to Hendricks. Pass to Kessler. 4 on the clock. Here's Sensabaugh. Defended by Moody.
Doesn't register as a block, but he did everything you want defending that shot.
Well, you know, sometimes the most pivotal plays don't always go on the stat sheet.
Pass to Hendricks. Kessler's setting the pick for George. Kessler, no good.
Wow. Missed the easy one right there, right at the rim, but came up in.
Outside, Kuminga. Back to Moody. Horford with the screen on George. Moody the pass to Payton. Driving in, and Payton throws it down.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam. Jazz trail by 9. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
The Jazz with another miss. Stand hard to figure, right? Here's a guy pushing 40 years of age. Al Horford looks as good as ever.
Oh, he sure does, Kevin. He reminds me of me and you. Guys that just seem to be a lot younger than they really are. And Al's still getting it done every single night in this league. It's a testament to his discipline and his professionalism.
And that one misses. Podziemski, he's checked in for Golden State. And Utah making a change here. He hits the second from the line. Jazz trail by 10. George with the ball. He's got 7. Here's Collier. That misses, so no good on his first attempt of the night. Pass to Podziemski. Picked by Horford. Takes it inside, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Here's the 2K leaderboard. These teams have been fantastic from three-point land in the last 10. Number 5, the Warriors.
Well, this has been a hot three-point shooting team, and it starts with their passing. Moving the ball to get quality looks.
Take a break. 2 shots.
Free throw good, Pajemski. And the Warriors making a change here. Richards is checked in. Pajemski hits them both.
Probably as close to a sure thing as you can have at the free throw line.
Pass to Sensabaugh. Now Filipowski. He had an 18-point outing in their last game against Detroit.
And what opened things up for him was his passing. He was making so many plays that the D had to play off of him.
And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot in that time. The whistle blowing.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
First trip to the line for him here. That free throw missing. Good on the second free throw. Warriors leading by 11. Now let's take a minute to talk to Allie LaForce courtside. Allie.
Thank you, Kevin. The Utah Jazz are going young, but this is a franchise that has a winning history, and that culture is still around. Coach Will Hardy said, the messaging doesn't change. The players have bought into the little things that it takes to win. This is a cohesive group that's committed to helping each other. Back to you.
Building the right way. Thanks a lot, Allie. Trace Jackson Davis is checked in for DeAnthony Melton. Pass to Bailey. Here's Collier. Now Bailey. Nurkic the pass to Collier. 6 to shoot. A nice shot by Mikhailuc. Mikhailuc's got it back down to within single digits for the Jazz. To the paint. Here's Jackson Davis.
Yeah, they have gone full throttle from the opening tip, showing no signs of letting up.
Yeah, they've come out with more energy and effort, and that's reflected in the score.
Here's Collier. He's defended by Pajemski. Here's Filipowski. Converts on the jumper for the easy 2. Warriors leading by 8. Pass to Jackson Davis. Back to Pajemski. Golden State moving the ball around. Got a piece of it. Nurkic with the steal. For the 3. And the rebound goes to the Warriors. And there's another turnover by the Warriors.
And the misconnection there. Hands guarding their beverages. That's a pass he'd like back for sure.
The Jazz making a switch here. We've got 28 seconds left to play here in the first. Down low. And finished off by Nurkic.
You can't allow Nurkic to get that kind of position. When you do, he is going to rattle that rim.
Golden State's gone 2 of 2 from three-point range here in the first quarter. To the middle, 2 on the clock, and he stuffs it. What a pass to set him up.
Of the 2 offenses here tonight, you can tell theirs is just a bit more in sync.
Well, I think it's because they're calling sets that really match up well with their personnel.
And we reached the end of the first quarter. Warriors ahead, up by 8. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from San Francisco. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter of action so far. And the Warriors, guys, what jumps out to you in this game stats-wise?
I love their effort, contesting shots, trying to intimidate here early on.
Yeah, well, the best way to get in the head of your opponent is through aggressive defense.
Podziemski with it, coming in off a 10-point performance last game out. So with Payton on the bench, here's the group that Steve Kerr has on the floor. He's Jackson Davis out there with Jonathan Kuminga. Then there's Horford. Then there's Brandon Podziemski and Richard. Jazz trail by 10. Pass to Collier. And the ball out of play. The Warriors will inbound.
All right, a chance to check out numbers for Yusuf Nurkic. How his last 10 games have gone. He's averaging 11 points a game, 5 rebounds, and 2 assists. Just a fantastic scorer off the bench. Always a factor in every game he plays.
Yeah, look, you need that kind of punch off the bench. Someone who can help shoulder the offensive load.
Here's Kuminga. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Here's Collier. He's defended by Podziemski. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Well, Greg, you've had a long NBA career, so I'm curious, what's one of the biggest changes you've noticed since you've retired?
Well, one that doesn't get talked about enough, length. Players these days are just longer, especially in the backcourt, and that wing position. It feels like every team has a guy 6'9" or taller that is a pure perimeter player.
To the inside, and out of bounds as the Jazz gain possession. And a moment to check out now what Utah has coming up. On Monday, they'll go up against Devin Booker and the Phoenix Suns. And then on Wednesday, they'll be taking on Jaren Jackson and the Memphis Grizzlies.
And for that game against the Nuggets, it's going to be a battle for this group. You get the feeling they'll need to be at their sharpest if they want to come away with a victory.
Jazz trail by 11.
Warriors foul call. Will Richard. First personal foul. Second team foul.
Nurkic finds Filipowski. Here's Collier. Down low. Here's Nurkic. And finished off by Nurkic.
Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
Well, that's exactly what's needed when you're trying to turn things around.
Kuminga down low. Defended by Filipowski. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. It's going to be on Yusuf Nurkic.
He is such an explosive athlete. Kuminga hard to contain in the paint.
Both free throws good from Kuminga. Jazz trail by 11. And here in the second quarter of action with a hair under 2.5 minutes played so far. To the paint. And finished off by Nurkic.
Love watching Nurkic set hard screens and then roll with purpose. Great job in the creativity there from the pick and roll.
Picked by Horford. Spencer, the pass to Horford. Golden State moving the ball around. Kuminga up top. He's covered by Anderson.
Well, that's part of his role. With great size, they rely on him to help control the board.
Collier, that's good.
Well, you love assisted hoops. That's good offense.
Warriors leading by 6. Inside, Kuminga, and Kuminga throws it down.
That's as easy as it gets for Kuminga. Defense has to bring more energy than that.
For Utah, they've gone 3 of 4 from the floor here in the second quarter. George sets a screen for Anderson. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. And here's some big men who, when they get it in tight, are as close to a sure thing as we've got. Here are the top field goal percentage leaders among NBA centers and power forwards. You take a look at Post. Leading the league in field goal percentage, he always gets good looks. And, of course, Jonathan Kuminga, a few spots down.
And it's one thing to be able to create high-quality shots for yourself, but you still have to finish. And there's no doubt all those guys can do both.
And having bigs who can score efficiently in the paint provides a great counterbalance to the perimeter shooting that we see so many teams possess.
Hendricks, good.
Well, hey, you give him some daylight, he can knock it down.
Warriors leading by 5. Pass to Pajemski. Here's Kuminga. Nifty move. And he lays it up and in. Kuminga's got 8 here in the quarter. Utah's gone 3 of 7 tonight from three-point territory. Here's Hendricks. He's guarded by Melton. And Brandon Pajemski gets the whistle that time. That's his 3rd foul of the game.
And the next one puts him in the bonus.
Walker Kessler, he's checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Here's Hendricks. It's rebounded by Kuminga. The Warriors have gone 4 of 7 from the field in this second quarter so far. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Personal foul.
Well, Kuminga isn't the most consistent free throw shooter, so he's not the worst person to send to the line.
And it took them a while to find their touch at the line, but they have been red hot here in the second quarter.
Jazz trail by 9. And so the timeout by Will Hardy here. He's going to make some adjustments to the game plan. Pass to George. Here's Collier. And the shot goes down. Collier's got 7 points.
Man, this guy is a scoring machine. I mean, I know I'm not the only one to describe him that way.
Warriors leading by 7. Up top, Pajemski. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. Kuminga, screen on George. 5 to shoot. Here's Spencer. Pass to Horford. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
And they have yet to miss a shot from the line here this quarter.
The Warriors have been coming through at the charity stripe. They've made 7 of their 8 attempts.
Shooting 2.
The first free throw is good.
You know, I don't think Horford gets enough credit for his defense. He's been an impact player at that end for a long time.
Moses Moody, he's checked in for the Warriors. So Horford gets 2.
And really about as good a free throw shooting team as you're going to see. We're getting plenty of proof of that tonight.
Right side George. Yep, that one goes. He's got 9.
And nice touch inside. George can finish from all 3 levels.
Warriors leading by 7. Here's Spencer. Kuminga finds Moody. Hendricks pulls it in. Jazz have gone 6 of 8 from the field in the second quarter. Outside for George. And the rebound goes to the Warriors. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. Stolen by George. Pass to Hendricks. Here's Collier. Kessler a screen on Kuminga. And Kessler throws it down.
Inexcusable defense. You can't let Kessler get established inside like this.
Here's Spencer, defended by George. And here is Horford. Nice fake, but the layup off the mark. Here's Collier from downtown. Hendricks, good. Now just a 2-point Warrior lead.
That was big because they dug a big hole in the first quarter, but starting to show signs of life.
Pass to Melton. There's the triple. And again, it's the Warriors missing. Here's Collier. He's guarded by Melton. It's blocked. Now here's Kuminga. And the Warriors miss again. Still anybody's game at this point.
And no question, this is when you really have to have trust on the floor with each possession.
Kessler with the bucket. Kessler's got it all tied up now for Utah.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
To stand here, we have one of the bright young centers in the NBA, Walker Kessler.
Look, start with this with Walker Kessler, Kevin. A great rim protector. You're just not going to get layups with Walker Kessler on the floor. Then he's an outstanding offensive rebounder, and he's got great hands, which makes him very effective as a roll man in the pick and roll.
The Warriors making a switch here. Jackson Davis is checked in. What a great look here at this tremendous move from our AT&T Connected Cam point of view. Pass to Sensabaugh. George sets a screen to the inside. And George with the stuff.
Well, that's what you want from George. He's most effective when he's attacking the rim.
Golden State's gone 0-3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. Down low. And Jackson Davis gets it to go. Jackson Davis has got 4 points now in the quarter.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Utah trailing here. Anderson in the post. Kuminga on him. George with no one around. A three-pointer is right on target.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Pass to Jackson Davis. Over Kessler. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for the Utah Jazz.
Well, so far they've done a great job of reading the offense and repeatedly putting themselves in the right place to interrupt the play and force turnovers.
And they've also done a great job turning defense into offense tonight, creating turnovers and capitalizing on the other end.
Al Horford's checked in for Kuminga. Jackson Davis hits them both.
Well, you have to appreciate a big man who can step up to the line and knock it down with confidence.
Who's watching here?
Here's Sensabaugh. He's guarded by Melton. Pass to George. Shoots the three. And Moody pulls it down. Moody's got his fourth rebound in this one.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
He takes it in, and the slam by Moody.
And he shows us all what the breakaway rim was invented for.
Can you believe he almost brought the whole thing down by hanging on that long? Outside, George. Pass to Anderson. Shoots. That's tipped. Here's Jackson.
Oh, that was something else.
Are you kidding me?
He's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Insane dunk.
And now they're starting to rub it in. Build up a lead, and here we go, baby. It is showtime. Anderson outside. Kessler the screen to the paint. And Kessler throws it down.
Great roll by Kessler after setting the screen. That's textbook.
Pass to Melton. In the corner. Moody with it. Here's Jackson Davis. Horford in the post. He's covered by Kessler. Shot clock at 3. Three-pointer. Utah with the rebound. Kessler's got 4 rebounds now tonight. From deep, George. Horford with the rebound. Horford's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Pass to Jackson Davis. Here's Spencer, defended by George. Sweet move. Spencer's shot is off. They play the clock right, then go 2 for 1.
Just got to time it up right.
Anderson outside. Back to George. Takes a 3. It's hauled in by Jackson Davis.
And guys, his shot hasn't been falling this quarter. Time to settle down, refocus, and get a really high percentage look.
Here's Spencer. Pass to Jackson Davis. Kessler with the rebound. Kessler's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Jonathan Kuminga has been on display for the Warriors. He got into double digits for the quarter with 10 points total. Allie, let's go to you courtside. What do you have for us?
I'm here with Coach Kerr. And Steve, what's your assessment of that first half of...
Terrific stuff, Allie. Thank you so much. And we'll be back for the third quarter right after this halftime break.
With All-Star Weekend around the corner, let's see who's looking to bring down the rims at the dunk contest this year.
High flyers, every single one. But the truth is, creativity is the special sauce.
And voters can't really judge that without knowing what they're going to see. And now, guys, let's talk about these Warriors and this close game they find themselves in.
They've been getting to the line a lot. I mean, fearless at the offensive end. You like guys who are willing to throw their bodies around and make things happen, Shaq.
Not just willing, they like that style of play.
Thanks for spending halftime with us. Time to get it back out to Kevin Harlan for the start of the third quarter.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. Nice game. Great performance by Keontae George.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
Yeah, and in terms of slowing him down, I think they're going to have to change things up. Give him some different looks.
Getting underway here in the second half. Here's Will Hardy's 5. We've got Keontae George. Walker Kessler is out there with Kyle Anderson. And it's Sensabaugh in at the shooting guard position. Now, here is George. George with a screen on Melton. Here's Sensabaugh. It's deflected. And it's the Warriors on the break. Here's Horford, and he banks in the layup. Horford's got 8 points.
Playing with high energy, outworking the defense up the floor.
Yeah, the commitment to run is paying great dividends on the break.
Pass to Sensabaugh. Now Anderson, covered by Payton. Here's Spencer. And the wing jumper offline.
Well, he hasn't had a great night shooting the ball, but they're in the lead, and that's the only thing that matters.
Here's Anderson. Good on the bucket.
Well, as a scorer, that's where Anderson likes to operate. He has a lot of tricks in there.
Warriors leading by 5. Pass to Melton. Now Moody from outside the arc. A rebound by the Jazz. Hendricks has got his 4th rebound in this one. George passes to Anderson. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed. 6 points for Kyle Anderson. Warriors have gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half. Golden State moving the ball around. Outside, Payton. Pass to Melton. Back to Payton. Looking for George. He gets it there. Here's Hendricks. He has 6. And here's George. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. It goes on Moses Moody.
Well, defenses will try to bully a guy of George's size, but he handles himself well against the foul.
And so the timeout by Will Hardy here. He's ready to talk things through with them. This break in the action gives us a chance to show you the NBA's current fast break specialists. The Warriors, number 1. The 4th spot held by the Jazz.
Both of these clubs love to play up-tempo. That's how they win. These are the games that fans love because of the non-stop action.
That free throw good from George.
Well, you talk about a young player making strides with his game. How about Keontae George improving across the board and getting more assertive out there?
The Warriors leading. Pass to Moody. And again, no good by Golden State. The Jazz shooting here about 46% for the game. To the middle and stolen by Horford. One-on-one here. Here's Payton. And the dunk by Payton.
Oh, great anticipation from Horford on D there. Gets ahead of the ball there for the steal and initiates the fast break.
A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. Here's Sensabaugh. Pass to Hendricks. 6 on the shot clock. The 3 from George. Al Horford with the rebound.
That's a look you cannot pass up. It's also one you should miss.
Into the lane.
Just rubbing it in their faces with that dunk.
He is never going to take his foot off the pedal.
Yeah, they're not pulling any punches here. Even the guards are attacking the basket.
And yes, it's good. George has got 18 points.
Easy to see the kind of impact George is going to have in this league. Already so productive.
Here's Spencer, defended by George. Spencer's shot is off. Jazz trail by 3. George up top. He's guarded by Melton. And the ball out of play. The Warriors will inbound. We're out halfway through the season and a chance here to recap where all the teams in the West sit in the standings. We'll take a look at the Warriors. They're holding out a second spot in the conference. A great season for them so far. And checking out Utah. They have a lot of ground to make up. Pass to Moody. Launches a 3. Rebounded by the Jazz. Kessler's got his 8th rebound here tonight. Hendricks passes to George. Anderson outside. To the wing on the left. Here's Sensabaugh. And they're unable to get the tying basket there. Warriors leading by 3. Payton with the screen. Inside. Anderson with the block.
Well, he's so smart out there. Anderson always seems to be in the right spot to make a play. And that time gets all ball.
Here's Hendricks. And Moody pulls it down. Moody's got his 5th rebound in this one. Pass to Horford. To the paint. Here's Payton. Takes the assist and lays it in. Pick out the pass nicely.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
And George with this stuff.
Well, games like this really showcase the potential George has. When he's putting it all together, he's capable of taking over.
Horford against Kessler. Pass to Moody. Here's Spencer. Outside, Horford. Rebounded by the Jazz.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
To the inside. Spencer fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So one free throw coming up. And a moment here to take a look at some of the hustle stats for the Warriors.
Well, all you can ask for is your guys to be really active on D, and they've been more than that tonight.
And they've also shown great effort defensively tonight. They closed out on shooters and really got their hands up on multiple shots.
And so George will bring it up for the Utah Jazz. They trail by 6. Next matchup, they'll be home against the Suns. That game is the first and last of their homestand. Anderson's shot is off. The Warriors have gone at a pretty good shooting pace. They're 6 of 13 from the field here in the third. Hendricks pulls it in. Hendricks has got 6 rebounds now in the game. And here's George for 3. On the wing, George. George with the bucket. George has got 9 points here in the second half.
A lot of confidence from George shooting the 3 early in his career.
Jonathan Kuminga, he's checked in for the Warriors. And Utah with a change here too. Collier, he's checked in for George. With the drive. And again, no good by Golden State. Jazz trail by 3. Here's Collier. Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession.
And a moment now to see the stats for Anderson. How's the last month of basketball been for him? He's averaging 10 points a game, 5 rebounds, and 3 assists. He's been making the right decisions and letting the game come to him. Solid play all around.
Well, he's found his groove. He isn't forcing anything, and he's making the most of his chances.
Moody finds Melton. His 3-pointer's off the mark.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
And it's Gary Payton the second with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. And Utah has possession. It's a 3-point game. Anderson passes to Collier. That's where a screen on Melton. Just 4 to shoot. Here's Collier. Warriors with the rebound. Horford's got 8 rebounds in this game. And he drives in, lays it up, and banks it in. Melton's got 7 points in the game.
And defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle.
Jazz trail by 5. Here's Collier. 7 points in the game. Pass to Hendricks. Here's Sensabaugh. Defended by Moody. Here's Collier. And the 3 off target. Warriors leading by 5. Here's Payton. And here is Horford. Over Anderson. And no good. Trying to use the glass. Here's Hendricks, covered by Payton. And the ball out of play. The Warriors will inbound. The Warriors making a switch here. Jackson Davis is checked in. And a switch here also for Utah. Nurkic is checked in. Golden State's gotten off to a very slow start from 3-point range in the second half. They're 0 for 4. Down low, here's Kuminga. Scored the bucket. He's made 5 so far, shooting a very clean 5 of 7.
And over time, we've seen Kuminga be a more aggressive scorer, especially when he has the ball inside.
Pass to Sensabaugh. Anderson outside. And Nurkic has it in the corner. The Jazz working the ball around now. Shot from the top of the key. Anderson's shot is off.
Just not much success when it comes to shooting.
Here's the screen. Inside. Here's Jackson Davis. It falls for the 6th time in 7 tries this contest. That's 86%. Here's Collier. He has 7. Pass to Sensabaugh. Here's Collier. Here's Hendricks. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot. Warriors leading by 9. Now Melton. He has 7. Outside, Kuminga. Moody with it. Traps in the tray. Moody's got the lead up to 12 now for the Warriors.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead, calling on the right guys at the right time.
Yeah, come on. They're just having their way out there and continuing to press the advantage.
Here's Nurkic, and finished off by Nurkic.
Consistency all game long. He's going to continue, I think, to have to take it over to get them back in the game.
There's 1:54 left in the third quarter of the game. Pass to Moody. Up top, Jackson Davis. Payton passes to Melton. That one drops for him. Melton's got 4 points in the quarter.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Pass to Hendricks. Here's Sensabaugh. The putback. Great positioning on the putback.
You know we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
So both teams changing it up here. And how about a look now at the first-year block leaders in the NBA. Here are the top rookie intimidators. 5th is Ace Bailey.
And that ability to send shots away at the rim, so highly valued. It takes guts to put yourself in harm's way and contest those finishers.
Podziemski, the bounce pass.
I love the way he went with the bounce pass there. Great awareness.
And 1:01 left to play in the third. Screen by Nurkic. Outside, George. Going inside, and it's good. The time running down on the shot clock. George has got 11 points here in just the second half. Warriors leading by 10. We've got 28 seconds left in the third quarter. Picked by Horford. To the inside. The shot, no good. Great D that time from Nurkic. Pass to Bailey. Now, Nurkic. Here's Collier. He gets it to fall. That makes it just a single-digit lead. Collier's got 9 points.
Oh, you love the unselfishness. Makes the next pass and enables his team to capitalize on the possession.
And so it's the Golden State Warriors in the driver's seat, up 8 points at the end of the quarter. Their shooting has been the big key. Their percentage from the field so far has been terrific. And we'll be back with you shortly. While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
Yeah, well, this is the diversification of positions in this league. Everyone does everything now.
Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. So with Horford sitting on the bench, here's the group that Steve Kerr has on the floor. Anthony Melton out there with Jonathan Kuminga. Then there's Brandon Podziemski. Then it's Trace Jackson Davis. And it's Spencer in at the point. Can't complete the alley-oop. Jazz trail by 8. Here's Collier. Right side George. Pass to Collier. Just 5 to shoot. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet more set on that screen. Easy call.
Look, you can get away with a lot in terms of screens today. You can't make it that obvious.
Here's Spencer, defended by George. There's a good screen. To the paint, here's Jackson Davis. Count it, and he's now 8 of 9 from the floor.
Man, just adding insult to injury. He just waltzes inside and extends this lead.
Well, it's not going to get any easier if they can't improve their defensive intensity. They got to show some fight.
Here's Nurkic. That falls. Nice speed that time from George.
And such a polished player near the basket. Nurkic feels comfortable taking those in-close shots.
Here's Spencer. And it's off from three-point range. Jazz trail by 8. And it's Bailey in the corner. Here's Collier. Over to the wing. Pass to Filipowski. Fires the three. And it's Collier missing.
Well, and after making just one triple going into the break, he's still looking for his first make from distance here in the second half.
Here's Pajemski. Misses the three.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
Pass to Bailey. Here's Collier. He's guarded by Melton. Fires the three. It's hauled in by Jackson Davis. Jackson Davis has got 4 rebounds now tonight. Here's Pajemski. To the middle. And Jackson Davis gets it to go. Jackson Davis has got 4 points in the quarter.
And when they've gone to him, he has come through big time. You got to keep getting him touches.
Pass to Bailey. Now, here's George. And we're about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter. Misses in close. To the paint. Here's Jackson Davis.
Well, it seems like he's making everything. Nothing makes a coach happier than seeing your offense click.
Jazz trail by 12. Here's Collier. With the step back. George passes to Collier. The three. It's hauled in by Jackson Davis. Warriors have gone 3 of 6 in the field so far in the fourth quarter. To the inside. Here's Collier. He's defended by Pajemski. Warriors leading by 12. Here's Melton. Here's Jackson Davis. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's going to be on Yusuf Nurkic.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
And so Steve Kerr calls for the timeout. It's a chance for them to regroup and refocus. And some changes here for the Warriors. Al Horford's checked in for Kuminga. Gary Payton comes in for Melton. And it's Moses Moody in for Brandon Pajemski. It's time to send it over now to our reporter, Allie LaForce.
During that break, Coach Steve Kerr had some advice for the team. He encouraged them to keep on the pressure, saying, you guys are forcing a lot of turnovers, and it's because you're communicating and working together as a unit. Keep it up. Defense is clearly a priority.
Great work as always, Allie. Thank you. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
And that one drops for him. George has got 13 points in the second half.
Yeah, George has been just merciless on offense. He's not holding back at all.
Driving the lane. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
Just rubbing it in their faces with that dunk.
He is never going to take his foot off the pedal.
Yeah, they're not pulling any punches here. Even the guards are attacking the basket.
Takes it from 10. No good off the back of the rim.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he's going to be able to shoot his way out of this one or not.
Outside, Horford. Here's Moody. The shot's good on the assist by Horford. Horford's got 4 assists now tonight.
Well, he's going back to the arc. He might be building some momentum from range here in the second half.
Anderson right side. Shoots over Jackson Davis. And the baseline jumper, no good. Warriors leading by 17. And there's a whistle. That's going to go on Walker Kessler. That'll be his second foul of the game. And we've seen teams make surprising playoff runs only to falter the next year. Team trajectory is not always a straight line, clearly.
No, absolutely, Kevin. I would think in most cases it's not a straight line. Because, look, the other teams are all trying to win, too. That's what makes things different. So you might be slightly off the next year and someone else makes a big jump, and then it looks like your decline is a lot bigger than it is. Every year is a new year.
And it's Gary Payton II with the foul. That's foul number 2 for him.
Team foul.
Kessler passes to Anderson. 4 on the shot clock. And Anderson slams it in.
Well, Anderson is used to having to finish through contact. He's so good at baiting defenders to foul.
Free throw, good, Anderson. Warriors leading by 16. On the wing, Payton. Pass to Horford. Here's Spencer. Offensive rebound. Here's Moody. And it's good, 2 points. Moody's got 7 now in this quarter.
And, boy, he's really in a groove. Dominant performance last game. Same thing this time out.
Yeah, for sure. He is just oozing confidence. Thinks every shot is going in. They should just keep running sets for him.
Here's Sensabaugh. Inside. And Kessler throws it down.
And that's the kind of lead pass we've come to expect from him.
The Warriors have gotten more than 58% of their attempts to go down for them in the fourth quarter. They're 7 of 12. Here's Spencer, defended by George. And he comes up with the deuce. Spencer's got 11 points here in just the second half.
Wow, he's found his game offensively here in the second half. Really has turned things around.
Here's George. Al Horford with the rebound. Horford's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Horford with the screen on George. Down low. Horford's shot is good. And the Warriors lead by 20.
Well, look, if you're facing Horford in that two-man action, you have to track him off the pick.
Here's George, and Payton sends it back.
Well, for him, this has been a quarter to forget. He is not helping them close the gap.
Moody finds Jackson Davis. Here's Spencer. He's covered by Kessler. And good that time.
And that's just cold-blooded right there. He's taking no prisoners.
Yeah, he's leaving no doubt in this one. Doing everything he can to slam the door on a comeback.
George sets a screen. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup. George has got 4 points now in the quarter. Here's Spencer. Picked by Horford. Tries it from the top of the key. Horford. In the corner. Moody with it. Pass to Jackson Davis. Kessler against Horford. A second chance effort. And it's sent back by Kessler.
Well, they might think twice before bringing it inside again. Kessler with ferocious interior defense.
And Will Hardy is called timeout. He's clearly intent on wanting to lock in and make sure everyone's on the same page. Check out our player of the game.
And, guys, he's been about as close to perfection as you can be. The intensity he's played with has been amazing. Just no let-up. And as fired up as he's been, he's never let his emotions get out of control.
The better he played, the more these fans got revved up. And that continued to play out over the course of his amazing performance. Jazz trail by 20. There's the steal. Here's Pojemski. Dishes it down to finish the break.
He takes advantage of them in every way possible.
And Greg, he lures them into a trap on the steal, and then bang, straight to the bucket.
Turning great defense into great offense. That's the kind of stop you're looking for.
Anderson, and it's blocked. And it's out of bounds. The Jazz able to retain possession here. And right now, let's watch that terrific swat.
Sharp instincts on D there. Just timing when to rise up and swat that one away.
Six to shoot. And Brandon Pojemski gets the whistle that time. That's his fourth foul of the contest. Out to the wing, out left to the wing. Nice ball movement by Utah. Hendricks can't get it to go. Warriors leading by 22. Here's Richard. Lays it up off the glass.
Well, the defense can't lose track of him. He's just too talented offensively.
The Jazz shooting in the fourth quarter, not pretty, down around 29%.
2 minutes remaining in the game. 2 minutes.
Here's Hendricks, defended by Moody. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. You know, GA, one great thing about the NBA, well, there are many things, but one great thing is that there's always new talent coming through the ranks.
Yeah, I mean, the future is bright. And Kevin, I really like this year's draft class. Man, we just continue to add exciting young talent to the mix.
1:43 left in the fourth quarter. Moody's shot is off.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Yeah, I can't tell you what a difference second chance points make in a game. That can be the factor that swings the outcome.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Warriors.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
And so all the hard work here tonight converted into a tally in the win column. It'll be number 26 on the year.
Really, they had their number this season. 2 wins, a home win, and an away win.
Pass to Hendricks. From outside, off the mark. Golden State's gone into a funk from downtown in the fourth. Only one of their 5 3-pointers has found the bottom of the bucket.
And it's just competing, you know, giving your best when it matters most.
Yeah, they've got clutch guys on this team, and they never let up.
Now Bailey. Here's Hendricks. Shot clock at 6. Filipowski passes to Collier. No good on the triple.
Yeah, there's no reason for the defense to get out on him right now. Just let him keep taking that shot until he shows them he's going to knock it down.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Jazz will take it.
The defense will take that miscommunication. Not even close.
There's 21 seconds left in the fourth quarter. George finds Anderson. Another miss by Utah. So we see the Warriors taking the game here. This game may not have been the most exciting we've ever seen, but you have to appreciate just what a clinical performance they put on.
I know their fans appreciated it, and we saw at times just stretches of excellent defense. Potency from an offensive standpoint as well. They were pretty much dominant.
And that about wraps it up. Here with Stan Van Gundy, Greg Anthony, and Allie LaForce, I'm Kevin Harlan, signing off for this presentation of NBA basketball. Now it's time.